What's up, guys? So today, believe it or not, we're going to be talking about squid.
Ah, yes, squid. We are talking about one of my favorite creepy crawly tentacle creatures that lives in the deep depths below. Also known as Diciticus gigas. Did you know squid have 3 hearts?
Okay. You know what? We're not going to be doing that right now, Doc. You had a lot of screen time last week.
Okay, but I feel like maybe there's someone that's a little bit more qualified to be talking about these kind of scientific things other than yourself. I'm a medical doctor, you're just, a little watch nerd. You just stay in your little room talking about the little watch and telling time, and this is kind of big, heavy science stuff, so no one even watches your channel anymore. I don't know why you're so upset.
You.
Okay.
It is 12:46 p.m. Let's get down to business. But it is true. In this episode, I'm going to kick it off by sharing with you 5 quick squid facts. Squid have 3 hearts. That's right, squid have a very unique circulatory system with 3 hearts, 2 brachial hearts that pump blood to the gills, and 1 systemic heart that pumps to the rest of the body. This helps them efficiently oxygenate their blood, especially when they're swimming rapidly. Some squid can fly. That's right, certain species of squid, like the Japanese flying squid, can propel themselves out of water and glide in the air several meters above the surface. They achieve this by expelling water from their siphons at high pressure. Squid have bioluminescent ink. Unlike octopuses, some deep-sea squid can produce bioluminescent ink. This glowing ink helps them distract predators in the dark depths of the ocean, allowing the squid to escape. Squid communicate via color change. Squid can rapidly change the color and pattern of their skin thanks to specialized cells called chromatophores. They use this ability not only for camouflage but also to communicate with other squid. And finally, squid have remarkable intelligence. Squid are among the most intelligent invertebrates. Some species have been observed solving complex problems, using tools and exhibiting behaviors that suggest advanced learning and memory capabilities. This level of intelligence is rare among animals without a backbone. I think my favorite fact about squid is that when you catch them and cut them up and fry them up with a little bit of lemon, they taste really, really good. So, probably one of my favorite foods. I'm gonna eat this entire thing. But jokes aside, I have another squid here that you might not want to eat, but you might want to put on your wrist, the Monarte Squid Diver. Now, the watchmaker Monarte took their name from, I believe, 2 Latin words, which together mean pure art. And they took the name squid because squid live in the water, and this is a dive watch. So here's my first impressions. It feels solid, like very solid. Not heavy, but hefty. The guilloche dial is very dynamic and mesmerizing with that bordered date window at the 6 o'clock. It's just very easy to read and not at all boring. The serrations on the crown is, well, very, very uncommon. And finally, the display case back. It's not super common to get dive watches with a display case back. We're gonna talk more about that in a moment, but this one looks just beautifully done, especially with that decorated rotor. Now let's jump into the specs. This watch has a 40.5 millimeter case, 47.5 millimeter lug to lug. It is 11.4 millimeters thick, has an ETA 2824 automatic, and it's regulated in-house at Monarte. And this has a 300 meter water resistance rating, and it's ISO rated with that ISO 6425 rating. You're getting a 5-year warranty with this purchase through Monarte. Now here's what I know about this watch right now, because the one that I have here is a prototype. There will be 3 color variants, okay? So you're gonna be getting kind of like this green dial variant, a black option, or a blue option. Obviously the one I have here is black, and they're all gonna have this really nice guilloche pattern for sure. Now, one interesting thing about each colorway is you're going to have 2 options to choose from, a standard edition and a limited edition. Now, it seems to be that the limited edition are the ones with the display case backs. So if you were to choose the green one, you could either get the standard with a engraved case back that kind of shows, I believe, a squid on the back, or you can get the limited with the display case back, and that goes for the black model, that goes for the blue model. Whichever one you choose, you have two versions to choose from. Now, there's going to be some price difference with those options. I did the conversion from Euro to USD, and the standard is going to be $1,252, and the limited variants are going to be $1,613. Now, this, again, prototype has what I would consider a very solid, very functional clasp, a milled clasp that I don't think anyone would really complain about, but Monarte did tell me that after doing, I guess, some kind of market research and some, group testing, they're going to kind of I guess, slim down the clasp, and they're going to make it a little bit more sleek. I guess people did complain about it, although I don't know why you would. One of the biggest complaints that I hear as a watch reviewer when it comes to dive watches is people don't like cheap, kind of flimsy clasps. So with all this information being taken into account, what are my thoughts about the Monarte Squid? Well, it actually wears smaller than you think, and I'm going to be putting it on the wrist here for some footage, and that's a good thing. It's just above 40 millimeters, I believe 40.5 millimeter diameter, and it is very, very wearable, and that's thanks to the very slim, or I should say thin, case thickness. I gotta mention it again, the knurling and serrations are not very aggressive. They're really unique. Actually, I've never seen this kind of serration on a crown, and the knurling on the bezel also kind of minimal, but they're actually pretty functional. The bezel's not gonna back out on you, but it's very easy to actuate. The next thing that's kind of floating around in my head is that limited editions are often very frivolous and stupid, and there's often kind of a large disconnect between the extra money you pay and what you actually get. But I think Monarte, with their Squid variants, did a very good job, because if you choose to pay a few extra $100 for the limited variants, you are going to be getting a nice decorated rotor and a display case back to see that beautiful ETA movement. So I think that it actually makes sense in this point to offer two different editions. A standard edition for someone who doesn't really care about that, and a limited for someone who does care about that extra detail. So in conclusion, I've reviewed a lot of watches. I think, oh my gosh, we're getting close to like my 8th year here on YouTube. And dive watches, to me, aren't often the most interesting of wristwatch. And a lot of people, when it comes to their dive watch or their sports watch, they just want something that is robust and, easy to wear day to day, and that just will work. But Monarte, with their Squid diver, has found a way to offer us a watch that is robust, it's gonna work, it is tough, with an ISO rating and legit specs, but you don't have to sacrifice wearability or refinement. They did a very good job with this watch. And finally, this watch is Swiss made, has an ETA movement, has an ISO rated case with a 300 meter water resistance rating. If this was coming from any of the big box brands, this would be about a $5,000 watch. So for them to offer even the limited variants for under 2K, that's pretty dang impressive. But yeah, let me know what you think about this Monarte Squid. Would you ever wear one? Would you purchase one? Which version would you get? I'll leave a link to their website in the description below, and you can sound off in the comment section. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.